need, yeah. The 12 jewels is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, food, clothing, shelter, freedom, justice, equality, love, peace, happiness. So all of the stuff that we need, food, clothing, shelter, where's it going to come from? Yeah? If you ain't having the jab, they ain't giving it to you. Do you understand? So if we're not thinking on them terms, you're probably already dead. Sorry to sound like that, but that's real. It was a saying you said in a different language to bless yourself with the ankh in the beginning of the live before you presented. Oh, I said, Hu pa neteru menunut shayu kawun lalul bihu. So that means who is the creative force of will. That's just H-U. Like when you say Yahuwah, yeah, as Yahweh. When you say Yahuwah, I am who I am. That who in the middle is the great divine, or the creative force of will, yeah. Or if you go to Islam, they say Allahu Akbar. Allah is the greatest. That who is the same creative force of will. When you go back to the Nile Valley, they have a deity called Hu or Huwa, yeah, which is the male aspect, and they have Hiya, which is the female aspect. So when you say Hu He, yeah, you're saying the male, female, creator aspect, the force of creative will. So I'm saying who, the deities, all the Neteru, who nothing exists except by way of them. That's how I bless myself and I put myself in an ankh. That's my bodyguard. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And that language is Nuwabic, yeah, Cushitic language. Seth before dishonor. I'm in Texas. Shout out to Texas, man. Keep your heads up, man. I'm in Texas and it was definitely a controlled attack. We have enough power to aid Mexico, but couldn't supply ourselves. Give me a break. Exactly. And look what the governor said. I couldn't believe when I wrote the statement what the government said about swim or die, swim or sink, or whatever he said, and how people are looking for handouts and stuff. Yo, it's crazy what's going on. Yeah, so I'm glad that you said that, yeah. Because also, I seen on MREC TV that they're forcing people in Texas to have this vaccine. If you want help, you have to have the vaccine. Do you understand? So that's another way to get people vaccinated. Because when people are in distress, they just want to enter their distress. So take the vaccine, we'll help you out. They're jabbing folk, man. That shit's manufactured. They have technology from the fallen angels. Yeah, the fallen angels been coming down to earth teaching man magic, dark magic, and certain different information for a long time. D-Wave system quantum computers, I've wrote about that too, Randini, in book 4, which is coming out on March the 21st, okay? So I've wrote about quantum computers, and remember, I finished this book in 2018. Do you understand? It's just that I never published it. So I've spoken to this D-Wave systems and name-checked that they're the only company that's already built a quantum computer, D-Wave, them systems there, yeah? Yeah, so I know about that shit there already, man. Like, trust me, like, most of the stuff I'm telling you does not come from me. Do you understand? Some of us are volunteers. We're sent here to help, yeah? And it might just sound, you might, oh, this guy thinks he's special. Nah, mate. I wish I never had to help no one. I wish I could just get on with my own stuff, yeah? But I've been sent here to help you guys, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with what I'm saying or not. I'm only here to help you. So take what works for you and leave the rest, yeah? But definitely, that's a good shout about the D-Wave. It specifically deals with revelation and stuff, yeah, like Seth before dishonor. Trump was part of their plan to usher in the Antichrist. This is what I said in here. I said this in here. I said Donald Trump's job is to bring in the Antichrist because they're having a fight to see who can win, who can have bragging rights to say, well, I brought in the Antichrist. So I agree with you totally that my man was bringing in the system because he wasn't trying to stop 5G, or he wasn't saying Corona's a hoax or stop the vaccines. He made a bloody vaccine. Do you understand? So I don't believe none of the Trump stuff. I believe they have to do what they've done. It's not that they wanted to do it and just come and change stuff. No, mate. Let me finish what you said anyway. Hence, Trump and Pence sounds like trumpets. Yeah, Trump in itself means trumpet. That's what it means. Yeah, 7 trumpets will sound before the Antichrist is here. Yeah, that's what the book of Revelation says, yeah. I don't really take everything word for word. I take it and relate it to now. So if I look at now, there's been more than 7 times where Trump's been in the media arguing about this. That's the 7 trumpets to me. I'm not looking for a literal, some angel to pop his head out the cloud and go, bah. I don't believe none of that fairy tale stuff. I believe that a lot of the language, whether it's the Bible, Quran, Torah, is kind of fuzzy. It's not all clear. So it's presented in a certain way. But if you take the sense out of it and say, hold on, Trump has been the last 4 years been attacked about 7 times, major times in the media. That to me is the 7 trumpets. And that's why now we're having all this dark winter. We thought 2020 was peak, right? This is worse, man. And it's going to get a lot worse. But the good thing, guys, it's not going to go on for long. This is going to be a very brief window for them. The most it will go is 7 years. And that might sound like a long time to us, but it's really not. I don't even think it's going to last 7 years. The full extent of it, I believe they've already got the people so pissed off. We're looking at revolution soon, where civil war, the people will just turn up. Do you understand? But yeah, that's what I take from reading about the 7 trumpets. And also, remember, it's mentioned in the Quran that the trumpet will be blown by the angel, or the mala'ikat. That's the word for angel in Arabic. Raphael, he's going to blow the trumpet, yeah? Same difference. How long will it take for us to teach our own black props and support our own? Well, you can't put a number on that because everybody's not on the same level of perception, John Gotti, and people can only meet you from their level of perception. So it's not right to say how long will it take. It takes as long as it takes. Do you understand? Because people are on their own individual levels of perception. But if we commit to it, it shall be done. You understand? However long it takes. Support our own, and most of all, when we'll unite and go back to Africa. I think that's still a long way off, and I don't think everybody's going to go back to Africa. I think a lot of us will, but I don't think everyone's going to go back to Africa. I still think there'll be people who choose to stay. All these lands are ours. As mad as that sounds, yeah? There'll still be people who choose to stay in America. There'll still be people who choose to stay in England. But the majority, I think, will go back. And I don't think we're near that time yet, to be honest with you. Trump is no different than any previous president. Can't blame Trump. He's very different to the president. I think he's a lot different to all the presidents, if I'm honest with you. But I don't think that difference means that he's some kind of savior of the world. I just don't. I believe he's controlled just like Biden's controlled. And he's got a role to play just like Biden's got a role to play. But I think they needed somebody with that oomph, with that kind of character that Trump's got, that celebrity kind of macho man thing. They needed someone like him. They didn't need an Obama type guy to fib through his lips and tell you about yes we can and all this. They needed a straight up dude, yeah, that you could just take him at face value. You understand? That's what I think. Who is the Akkadians? The Akkadians is another group who usurped the Sumerians. So the Akkadians came into the area of Mesopotamia with Nimrod, or Sargon of Akkad. So when you go to Genesis 10:6, it tells you about Sargon, and he went into Mesopotamia and made Nineveh and Calneh. Calneh means the fortress of Anu. That's what the word means. So he made all of these, Babylon, Calneh, Nineveh in Assyria. Do you understand? And so the people that were with him became known as Akkadians. And they usurped Sumerian culture, took the cuneiform writing, even though they spoke a different language, Semitic language, the mother of Semitic languages, they used the cuneiform script to express it. So they took certain things from the Sumerian culture and incorporated it into their culture. And all Semitic languages, whether you're dealing with Arabic or Hebrew today, come from Akkadian. So that's who the Akkadians were, yeah? Yeah, the righteous ones, not the Nephilim. When you're dealing with Anunnaki, you're not only dealing with benevolent beings or good, agreeable beings. Sometimes you're dealing with demons, yeah? Because you got agreeable and disagreeable. I'm not talking about reptilians. I'm talking about the black gods. They're not all good. Some of them are disagreeable and some of them are agreeable. And the ones that are disagreeable have to be appeased. Like you have to appease them or they can come for man. Like they'll turn in your ass. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, even in West African culture, when you're dealing with Shango and certain Orishas, if you don't appease them in the right way, that shit can turn around and bite your ass down. Yeah, so you should watch the Watchmen of Black Equality. I don't know nothing named Black Equality because I can't be equal with someone that only uses 10% of their DNA. Yeah, I'm equal to a God. That's what I'm equal to. I'm not equal to no white person. I'm not equal to no Asian person, and that's not me trying to be racist. That's just fact, yeah? If I've got an abundance of melanin and I'm capable of using both hemisphere, 100% of my DNA, where white scholars are telling me 98% of my DNA is junk DNA, then I don't want to be equal with them people. Yeah, I want to be sovereign. I want to be unique. That's it. And that's not for me to say I'm better than anyone, but I'm not going to accept that I'm equal to any of these mortals. You understand? I'm equal to immortality. That's what I'm going to equal myself to. And that's that Seth before dishonor. And that's not me trying to be racist. I know exactly what you mean. But I don't think black people should be seeking equality with anyone. Do you understand? Other than our